College football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent. And we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers. Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Auburn Tigers. Taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. He wants to change this route. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. He's got him. Got room at the 35. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
Well, what's the point in waiting? Why not get one of your best players involved in the game right off the bat? They take a shot, their big target outside, shows off his athletic ability, and right away this offense is humming.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Looking downfield on first down. Shows him the stiff arm. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. That's why the good Lord invented tight ends, isn't it, David? Get a good pickup on first down, open up the entire playbook.
And it just makes life so easy on quarterbacks. I mean, you got these guys that are so gifted athletically that you can do everything with them. They're like overgrown wide receivers, and now understanding zones and how to attack them. It's just unbelievable when you got these kind of big athletes.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. This Tiger running game starting to show some juice, sort of a C.J. Spiller type of feel.
Yeah, and it doesn't always hit you early. It doesn't always hit you on the first possession, but I do think they've done a good job over the years, Clemson, with sticking with the run game, creating that balance, trying to get those first downs, and trying to create some tempo against your defense.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Tigers can really attack on this second and short. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. They bring him down, but not he's able to pick up the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Oh, he's got some space. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
So far, it's been a rough first drive for this defense, but I'll tell you what, guys, all can be forgotten if they can bow up and make a stand right here. You got a goal-to-go situation. You know they're going to try to be physical. The field's already shrunk. Get some momentum back right here. Get a big stand. At least hold them to 3.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. They'll try to move on from that first down play. 2nd and goal from the 12. Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Booth. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Direct snap. It's awesome. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
I really love that first drive by the offense. It always seemed like they were just one step ahead of the D, and a nice job there down close. When the defense knew they were going to run the football, being more physical, running it in on 3rd down to get the touchdown.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He's able to work his way on the return up to the 23 before he steps out of bounds. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And that Clemson defensive front getting their paws on dudes and making their presence felt.
And, Reese, that's how they built their dynasty. I mean, I know the offense was flash and sizzle and was really good, but, man, it's the Dexter Lawrence and the Christian Wilkins in the defensive front. Those big boys that could get after the quarterback, that played relentless, those guys really set the tone and set the foundation for Clemson and big-time success.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on 3rd down. Pulls it in. It's Ezukama. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Punch it out of the air. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And what a job by the defense, seeing the quarterback throw the football, break on the football, no space allowed. As soon as he catches it, defender meet ball carrier and gets him on the ground.
Looking to fire. On target. Good pick up there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck, no holes anywhere.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He might want another play. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. That grab puts him over 3,000 yards for his career.
That's impressive because every week he's got a target on his back. Defenses know the quarterback is looking his way, and still, David, this guy's been able to dice up coverages. 3,000 yards is a big number.
And that speaks to his talent, man. Like, the ability to make plays on the football, consistently catch the ball. Just 3,000 yards is a big number, big-time accomplishment, and it's had some big-time trust from his coaches and his players.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass on second down. Tight end finds a soft spot. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
How many first downs is that, guys? On this drive alone, this defense has got to find a way to get off the field. They're playing way too many snaps.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. We've reached a break. Clemson has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. Slams ahead. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you've practiced all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
All they need is a field goal to make it a 2-score game, but they are going for the jugular and the touchdown here on fourth and goal. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And how about the defense coming up big on fourth and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting a big stop.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Quarterback has to have command in those situations. You cannot afford a penalty like that deep in your own territory. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. From his end zone, needs to be careful here. Quickly complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Running back searching for a hole. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on it and see if they can stop him on third down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Quarterback may change this route. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Touchdown, Clemson! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Got the first down and more. Still on his feet at the 45. Speeding down the left side. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Quarterback making adjustments. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Complete to the left. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
Well, he's making it look easy out there snagging that pass. Sammy Watkins, Mike Williams, T. Higgins. Great Clemson receivers in recent years. These guys just got open. They found a way with their speed and their route running ability. It's a lot of what this guy does here, too. He makes it easy on his quarterback.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They'll line up for a second down play. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Gives it on the option. They bring him down at the 44-yard line. It'll be 4th down, but this might be prime go-for-it territory. They'll try to convert from the Wildcat. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Clemson.
They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the direct snap, it's awesome. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the 4th down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
It's complete on the right side. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a 1st down.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
The give to the back. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. And the Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Fires to the tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on 3rd down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Big 3rd down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. They'll try to get the first through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Once you start to get down towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. And you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
They're not into 3s. They want 6s. And to keep this drive alive, they'll need to get it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Making side adjustments here. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Hauls it in. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Clemson is quick to the line. They'll go to work in the air on second down. He makes the grab. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field, and the DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. It's a fumble. Turning it on. Past the 10. Touchdown, Clemson. Once he got some room, it was over.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Georgia Tech is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in the ATL for some time. They're up 14 over Syracuse. We'll keep you posted on things in this game that's sure to shake things up in the Pac-12. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field and trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Here's a heat. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
Oh, he's got a chance. Out of bounds he goes. They'll mark it at the 16. The Tigers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to run for it. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. 42. On the snap, it's Booth. They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker.
I love the effort by that defender on that play. He knew the ball was coming to the outside. He was being blocked. He was able to shed it quickly and then use his speed to force that ball carrier out of bounds for a loss.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield, and time is running short. A little screen to the running back. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They'll immediately call timeout.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to.
And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Snagged out of the air. Breaks into the open. A little excitement there to wrap up the first half, and that'll pad the stats as we go to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So here comes the Auburn offense. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by...
He uncorks one deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. They get a nice pickup on this crossing route against the zone, and everybody executed in unison, Jesse.
Yeah, and Reese, this offense, they've got a plan in the passing game. They've got some stuff ready for man coverage, and they've got some zone beaters as well. Just saw one there on the crossing route.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Unloads to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going to try to get it himself. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
Well, this quarterback's athleticism, I think, makes it a little bit easier for you as a head coach when you decide to go for it on fourth down, because if it's not there to throw the ball, his athleticism can just take over. He can go get it himself and keep the drive alive. Really nice job that time by the QB.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down.
He'll take a shot. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Gets drilled as he throws. The big pressure on fourth down, and they'll get it back.
That is great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Got it behind the line. It's Booth. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He can't quite get there on the scramble. Dangerous with his feet, but this defense rises to the occasion and forces a 4th down. Needing to convert, Clemson comes to the line. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. There he goes. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he showed you the arm talent on the throw.
And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on.
Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always, always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
And now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
They'll give it to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Finds his tight end. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out. Let's get some positive yards.
Oh, he's got some space. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
And that's why, for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, Defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
Pressure coming. Caught over the middle. It's Bradshaw. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 4th down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Takes it the other way. Touchdown.